So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene for Nightfall in Amsterdam, where we are setting scene on the sept of the riddling waters, I believe, where at least someone has kinfolk and some mild form of housing, little something or another. I'm not sure exactly what the situation is, but that's okay. Those details are not important. What is important, however, is fine little details about the changes that have gone on in this household, such as the fact that Grace is ever present in an odd kind of way, potentially unnerving kind of way, because barring that first night spent there, where she languished out of sheer laziness and just to kind of indulge, she doesn't sleep really. She seems to max out at about 3 hours and then come vaulting off of whatever flat surface she has crashed on, usually the bed, because you know what? She has a bed now. It's her bed. She can sleep in it whenever she wants. And it's got like a proper mattress. And she doesn't have to share it. And it's so nice. So she has been kind of kookily ever present and has revealed certain things about her traveling habit and what it has done to her, the state of her belongings. Such as that she doesn't really seem to have like PJs, really, in the strictest sense. She does have, I mean, she could call it a tank top, but it's essentially a wife beater. It's this kind of loose, tanky nonsense, and many times stained and many times washed, and you can tell a couple times probably kind of haphazardly slapped back together. Pair of sweatpants that serve very nicely as pajama pants. She will have you know. Oh Lord. And yeah, at this particular moment in time, because she fucking can, and because it's there, and because well, all of this was there, she has a in said excuse for pajamas gone and huddled herself up in the kitchen with a bowl of sugar cereal. We don't know where she got the sugar cereal. Who knows who bought the sugar cereal? But she's eating it, goddammit. She's kind of squirreled up in a seat, legs kind of tucked up, not bowl over her as opposed to over the table, in a very classic kind of possessive eating kind of way. And yeah, she's just kind of like scrolled up in this chair and stuffing her face with sugar cereal because it's there and it's easy and she doesn't have to cook it or anything and she can't make a mess. She just has to clean this bowl and this spoon and she will be clear and in the good and in everyone's good graces. So yeah, she looks like a fucking squirrel the way she's shoveling that shit. It's impressive.
Yeah, you'll see the big guy.
The big guy.
Yeah, you've seen coming out. You probably actually hear I would say because she's a bit up earlier, she'll see the two kinfolk, I think, in the side chat. And Olga seems to go more earlier, so you probably see him first. He looks like a biker. It seems to linger around a bit more, and you can see. Oh, Thren the bike. He go here. To linger around a bit more. Very Nordic music coming from where she is with Eric at times, before Eric eventually comes out.
Grace does not ask awkward questions. She just kind of watches from her perch.
They seem to
kind of go around their daily activities.
Yeah, they seem to be just playing. You can definitely hear drums and a bit of the the classical Nordic instruments. It's like Eric comes out and he just seems quite content. You can see him heading towards the fridge. He takes out one of the raw bits of meat that he's obviously keeping it cool, and he just seems to slap it onto the table and seems to be cutting it up into fine pieces that he can eat himself. As you're woofing down your cereal like a squirrel.
She is. It's amazing her cheeks haven't expanded. Her ability to inhale food when she is motivated to do so is inspiring, really. So as he slaps that down on the table, I hope on a plate or cutting board of some sort.
Oh
If
yeah,
not, just on the table
it's
would
on a
be
cut.
even more funny.
He starts off the cutting board, then transfers it to a plate.
And she finally kind of points with the spoon. Oh, there, you see, I got the idea that you just like kind of ripping it with your teeth. With the whole thing at the bar.
That was to intimidate everyone.
You think it worked? Kind of grins.
It did. It did.
Oh, you don't like blood clotted in your flavor saver there?
Sometimes the meat is better when you cut it.
It's kind of a skeptical glance.
It is still raw. It is still what I can eat. And sometimes it's better when you can cut it and get to the real meat, the real veiny part.
She just kind of like pokes her tongue out, like, yeah, sure, yeah, and proceeds to swig down what remains in the bowl.
Are you all right?
Hmm? Oh yeah, yep, yep. Just sits the bowl and the spoon, like reaches forward to put them on the table because she was not like set up to eat at the table properly. Gotta do a little lean. Yeah. So not cooked at all, huh?
No, I cannot eat anything that is not raw.
Ugh. You know, I
It
had a.
is part of. It is part of the curse. I fear.
I mean, I've known the ones that don't really stomach the veggies and stuff, and they said the cooked meat was, I mean, leather, but okay, that's fair. Because I wouldn't want to eat leather either. Hmm. So that's it, just meat?
I can drink water and beer and other things, but as far as substance, meat.
Explains why you look like you got a whole deer in that fridge, fucking packed up in bits.
Just kind of shrugs. Gives the impression I probably.
Yeah, that'd do it. Explain why the best alternative I could find was cereal. Kind of grins. Probably hops up, snagging
Well,
the bowl.
well, my kinfolk eat regularly. It is just they have their just looks around. They have their food.
Just kind of heaves a shrug. I wasn't looking to cook nothing. This works.
Just nods.
Tied me over at least. Finally comes over, sits at a completely different chair. You know, plunk closer to his side of the table. So am I wigging him out yet?
What? He smirks at her. You were speaking too fast.
I love having my time wasted with sales calls. It's my favorite thing. Sorry.
Yay.
Yeah, she just kind of looks over, gives a shrug. I mean, it's usually like a matter of time, really.
What do you? What do you? He just gives her a confused look. You were talking too fast. What are you on
Oh,
about?
oh, the. She just kind of shrugs. It gives a bit of a smirk. Generally, the whole not sleeping thing wakes people right the fuck out.
I do not mind. It is not like you're screaming the house down.
Well, nah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know your kinfolk. New strange person, always awake, always around.
Thren is used to the falling up, falling down lifestyle. The outlaw life, as he likes to call it.
Got a
And
person
Olga,
now.
if she had, he's a member of a biker group. And if Olga had an, he would smirk. he just smirks.
It's all gonna be fun and games until the day she walks in not expecting to see me there and startle the crap out of her, and then I'm pretty sure she's gonna punch me as hard as you.
Yes.
That's not hospitable at all.
Will punch you quite violently.
Pouts her lip out.
After.
Hmm?
Apologize after. And make you cake.
Oh. Oh, where'd I get cake?
She will make you Black Forest Gatto.
Never mind. Worth it. Totally worth it.
Smirk.
I might have to startle her just to get some cake. Flicks a glance over to see how you respond to that.
The dad look he gives you is like you're literally being scolded by dad.
She finally, looks over. There's a cheeky kind of grin before the head kind of rolls back. All right, Dad. I'll be good. Slings her arms back behind her head.
Kind of shifts uncomfortably in the chair. Do not call me that.
This is just a joke.
Yes, well. This gives it another uncomfortable shift.
Continues to kind of eyeball him for a second, doing the little squinty thing.
What?
Huh. You're not used to getting razzed.
No. Well, by Ragabash, I'm more experienced with members of my tribe rather than others.
I don't consider punching someone in the face taking the piss.
Not all of our Ragabash punch in the face.
But what are we talking about percentage-wise here? She kind of leans in like, this is interesting now.
The majority of them try to avoid being punched in the face.
Well, no, but do they do like, haha, surprise, punch in the face, and then run away? I don't know.
Yes. they appear going, they appear going, it's me, and then would aim a kick and then run.
That's amazing. Must be real good runners, a lot of them.
Not generally.
Ooh, they should work on that then.
Yes. Typically they do.
I'm sure they get faster with time. A lot of incentive.
Yes.
What else do your ragabashes usually do? I'm curious now.
They criticize warriors. They are also the ones who lead the scouting parties. Typical job of a Rotikar is in the shield wall. They are the ones we open the shields let an enemy through and the Rodigar rips its throat out at the back.
Oh. Suppose that's quite effective.
It is. A good Rodigar knows when to strike and when not to strike. Without them, we would be blind.
Well, now here I was talking about taking the piss, but we went all serious.
Like you gives her the look of you asked. You know what I mean?
She doesn't look put off in any way. Just kind of like,
They're also prank. They have done pranks before or mock challenges of strength.
Oh?
Yes, they would trick members, particularly runes, to engage in bouts of strength or feats of strength, and there will be some element of cunning behind it, which would result in a lesson being taught in either a comedic fashion or a hitting one.
Sounds about right. Firm nod. Like, the little good for them nod. Oh, Jesus. But none of that, using you for your dad look.
I just gives a frown. There have been teases like that before.
It's the look that says I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yes, I am.
All right. All right. She like, throws a hand up. Let it go. I can find more material.
Material.
Well, yeah. I gotta have something to give you shit for.
I see.
Wouldn't care if I wasn't at least giving you a little bit of shit.
Just gives nods like, okay. Mm-hmm. Yay. Do you know what I mean? Yay.
Oh, come on. If I wasn't giving you shit, it'd mean I didn't care.
I will. Yes. Well, that is good that you care.
Leans over to give the shoulder, the pat. There, big guy. Kind of. Dunk. In fact, she'll even say, there. It's all right, big fella.
So, how have you been finding? Just kind of looks around.
Well, it's nice to have a regular roof. Place to stow my stuff where it won't disappear. And the company hasn't been half bad either.
Gives a nod, like you swear it's bashful, but it's like, yeah.
No.
That's good. I am glad that you are finding this comfortable.
It's downright amenable.
And what do you think of this set then?
Oh, they're all crazy.
He just kind of stares at her like,
I think not a one of them would survive any other sept.
No.
Stick their foot so far down their mouth they'd poop it out.
There are a few who have the potential.
Oh yeah, some of them got a learning curve. That's promising.
My cousin there seems to be strong.
Oh, she's the only one that makes sense so far.
Yes.
Probably on account of being your cousin.
Just gives an idle nod. The metas seem to learn eventually.
There's like that little eye roll of like, really? Over at him.
The Glasswalker one has, at least.
Or the one with the horns. Yeah. He like wobbles a hand. The other one's gonna get herself a Polican. Or pardon, I should say
That is.
itself. Let me correct my fucking roleplay.
It is a cub. It will learn.
Is it?
It will have to. I am assuming so.
I said it was taught by the dumb parent. Didn't say it was still a kid.
Then it has no excuse.
Nope.
Shrugs idly. Then it will learn.
Oh yeah, well, one way or the other.
The others, the Shuttle Lord I do not trust. The one, the Galliard.
You don't say. Kind of grins.
No, I do not. Too many false whispers.
Yeah. Shadow Lord's gonna do what Shadow Lords do, I suppose.
That is still no excuse. There will
Alright.
be a time where false whispers and changing of tone to fit another need will become obsolete.
When was there false whispers?
She says one thing to us, and another thing to others. She strikes me as someone who wants to appease the group she's in, so she will appease them. But then when she meets another group, she will appease them.
Ah, that sort.
It is what's needed in terms of negotiating, but that's sort of big, that kind of big rumble. Like it is literally like a fucking dog, like a big mammoth, like a big wolf, essentially.
Finally, tucks her hands behind her head. Big old smile. Well, suppose we'll see how well that works if she's any good at it, or people she's trying to appease just know she's full of shite.
She has not challenged yet. That is how I know.
No, she's full of shite.
If she was really as passionate about her convictions as she had claimed to be, she would have contested you about the metas.
No?
You two disagreed.
Did we?
It was plainly obvious.
I mean, she wasn't even really there while I was still paying any look of attention.
The day she came over to us when you came to sit down near me,
Oh.
it was clear. It was clear that she disagreed with your opinions. If she was really as passionate about it as she claims, she would have challenged you. She is a Galliard.
Oh, yeah.
They are as close to us in terms of their rage. But they are not as straightforward as many runes are.
I think she would have gotten a hell of a surprise if she tried.
I imagine she would have.
that little bit of dancing mischief in the smile.
But then again, sometimes even a ragabash must stand her ground.
Oh, yeah. I would have. Don't think she would have liked I'd been as fast as she was either.
Just shrugs. Like I said, if she was as passionate about her convictions, she would have done it.
Yeah, you bet your ass. Got a solid point.
Hmm.
So she mustn't care that much, not more than she cares about her own ass.
More that she is. Just shrugs. It is a way to appease. It is smart for Clea to learn this.
It's only smart if you can pull it off and everyone believes you. And otherwise, everyone just knows you're glad handing. And they won't listen to a word you say.
Suppose. I do not waste time with such fickleness.
Oh, I do.
You are a Rotigar. That is your job to waste time
the
with
grin.
such fickleness.
The grin spreads like, yeah. Exactly. Fickleness is half the fun.
He just gives her the. He just kind of shrugs as he goes to the fridge to open up a fucking. He takes out a beer himself and just sets it down, like flicks the top off it.
I mean, if he's only pulling out one, she ain't gonna budge. So just
I mean, he
look.
kind of gives her a look like you're a big fucking strong lady. Go get it yourself. You know what I mean?
She doesn't seem especially motivated. She considers it. You see her eyeball the bottle for a second, like, am I motivated or am I lazy? It turns out she's lazy as she finally, like, shuffles, pats, and then proceeds to, in the most dramatic slump ever, like, half slumps over, offside the chair when she realizes she doesn't have her flask on her. It's just the sigh, the these even have pockets. How did I put it in my pocket? They look like 3 whole steps. But yeah, the dramatic flop. So real. Oh, yeah. You meet anyone else besides the? What have we got? We've got them. Got the other Shadow Lord. Met at the bar. That silver thing we saw for all of a moment or two. Got what the fuck was he? Was he the Right Master? Wormful. The Kim Volko thinks he's a Theurge. Kind of ticking on her fingers from her flop.
That is all I've met.
What about that the fellow with the curly hair in the boat?
Oh, he was a Fenrir. Can give me confusing answers and conflicted ones, but it was.
Did he ever over a rank? Do we even know what he is?
He is an Adrian.
Oh, of course he is. Fuck me. Did he hold a position?
He did not say.
Of course he didn't. Nobody does around here. Fucking, there's a little bit of a flail. She still hasn't bothered to sit back up. Why don't they do that? It's important. I ain't tolerating getting my face beat in by someone who never even told me they were some sort of elder or, I don't know, Sept Alpha or. Jesus. Or he's fucking
Well, that
hell.
is your job. That is your job as a ragabash to remind them.
Oh, don't you worry, I'm gonna. That's finally a point. She finally sits herself back up like crazy, like Dracula style, like just whoop, pointing. Oh, I'm gonna.
Well, there you go then.
Oh, the silly shite to let go. What else do you think they've forgotten here?
Many things, I would imagine. But we will serve as a reminder for them.
Oh, yeah.
And what year then, Grace?
Hmm?
What is your goal? What is your goal?
You might be disgusted with me. Kind of grins. Just picks up a hand and like makes that little money gesture, you know. Told you,
Money?
trying to get my family over here.
Apart from that,
But here
you
in
are
particular,
Fianna. I have heard they value gold, yes, but they also value glory.
of course. And glory usually comes with spoils. It's a win-win. Kind of
So
spreads the hands out.
you are a reaver then.
There's a thoughtful pause. Like she has to stop and think about this one. Kind of tapping her chin. I guess technically for the time being, yeah.
He just nods. I see. Have you had much experience in raids before?
Oh no.
Have you been in combat before?
Yeah, I've been in combat. I had to fight.
Just nods, like, okay. No, it's almost like he's doing the rune thing, he's assessing.
Yeah. She just kind of shrugs like, oh, I've had to fight.
Have you been in mass battles before?
No. Nothing like that. Nothing bigger than a pack of cubs.
Just nods.
Enough people that I could do what I do best. Let them do the thing they do best, which was generally smashing their faces into it.
Nods again.
Oh, I learned enough to she kind of flops a hand around like because I mean to him and to her, yeah, this is kind of kitty shit. It's like I learned enough to take the flanks, take good opportunities, usually do that hopping thing, get myself in a good position. Then I got a hell of an eye though. I've only got the one knife now.
You will need to be careful doing that.
Which part, the jumping or the throwing?
Jumping into position can leave you unsupported.
Oh, if I've jumped into someone's reach, I've done it wrong.
True, but the tide of a battle can turn quickly.
She kind of does the thoughtful frown, a little nod, like, okay, you ain't wrong. I'm not saying I've never messed it up before, but at least I, taps her temple, taps her noggin. At least I've had the chance to get the learning curve in there.
No, he nods. Like, he's just nods like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying if We need to work as a unit. We will need to learn how to manage each other.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It will be critical.
Finally a nod. She even finally, does that thing where you like grab the arms that you're in, hoist yourself up. Like, okay, I'm taking this seriously now. Essentially. All right. Well, if you're getting real in and heavy on the fight and stuff, got my stick, got my knife, and obviously I've got the same thing the rest of us got.
Nod. And if I give you an order, will you hesitate?
I mean, are you going to tell me to cut my own neck open?
No.
Depends on how sensible the order is.
Just gives her a frown, like, why the fuck would I do it? You know what I mean?
It's a heave of shrug. It's more her making the point with a ridiculously, like, unlikely thing.
I am saying there may be decisions where we will have to make tough choices. And some of those decisions will come with blood.
You're the Arun?
That is not an answer. You are the Ragabash.
Yeah, but in the field ain't the time to fight about it, is it?
No.
If I need to give you a lip, I'll save it for after.
Just a nod. I follow the old ways. That is something you should know.
Which old ways are we talking about?
Of
Kind of
my
looks
people.
over.
Of the Fenrir.
Well, yeah, I've got kiddie school learning on it, but if you mean something specific I need to know.
I have a code of blood, honor, and sacrifice for the nation and for Great Father Wolf. I must uphold these in all things.
All right.
This is not some mystical curse. It is merely who I am.
Oh, all right, I got you.
Any enemies we will face, we will purge them. But those who we are to put on trial, they must receive the honorable death. They will still die. But we are not them.
All right.
I will not dishonorably kill a man, no matter how much the need for my vengeance stirs. I will make sure they face the judgment before their death.
This is starting to sound a little specific.
No. Well, there is cases where it will be, but I am talking about in general. There will be
You mean
time where
a philodox, or you mean something else?
there are a set of people which must be purged clean.
I more mean, what do you mean by judgment?
Either a philodox or the battlefield.
Can't argue with that.
Just nods, like, doesn't dispute it, doesn't give her like a threat. It's almost like, yeah, no, I'm just making sure you're aware of this.
Yeah, she just kind of nods. Like, again, it's the two of them asking questions and feeling it out. So she just kind of nods, like, okay, that checks out.
Do you have anything similar or
Just I don't know. I've obviously got my leanings, but I didn't grow up in this like you did.
But still, there are certain things. If you, I would rather know and not discover it at the time.
The only thing I could think what might come up is ain't gonna blame a kinfolk for things the guru have taught them or made them do.
It would depend on their action.
I suppose so. There's
If
always a line.
if they are tainted beyond repair, you will add.
Yeah, it's. She looks like she's thinking about giving a counter argument, and he says beyond repair, and there's just kind of a nose scrunch. Not in disagreement, just I don't like that.
For example, the Magnuson kinfolk. They will have to be judged, but it will be based on what they have done. Not on who their claimers are, if you get my meaning.
But for their own actions and how much control they had over them, I sure will be. I assume will be
That is the job of
acknowledged.
that will be the job of the Philodoxes.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll give them all the sass in the world.
But I myself will not tolerate mercy for those who have committed atrocities. Traitors to what we are must not be allowed to flourish and must be given righteous punishment.
That's a thoughtful kind of scrunch of a look.
That way they can earn their redemption.
Like I said, the difference for me is kinfolk. With us, we know where we're going. We know what's happening after. You either go home or you go somewhere it suits what you've done. We don't know that about them.
No, but that'll be the job of the half moons, not ours.
She just kind of nods. If nothing else, the fact that he keeps asserting that he's willing to at least turn them over to a Philodox is something.
Well, you get the impression he's pretty much like executioner, but I know my fucking role. You know what I mean? Like, this is the Philodox's job. I'm just the aftermath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she disarms a wee bit. Kind of, might have gotten a little awkward about it, but seems to kind of smooth back out.
However, there is one matter that a Philodox will not be consulted on in regards to my judgment.
Oh?
That is the man who murdered my father. He will receive a punishment befitting of his rank. He will receive the honorable death. But he will die.
She kind of picks her hands up in a shrug. Killed another guy and grew. Not in battle, not in frenzy. If he didn't expect the family to come looking,
As I said,
he miscalculated gravely.
he will receive the chance to redeem his soul before Great Father Wolf. If he is quiet, he will enter his hole. If he is not, just leaves that hanging in the air. Because I imagine that's far more fucking ominous for her, because she has no idea what the fuck he's on about.
She's just kind of like, yeah, if you say so, buddy. Like, this is weird and uncomfortable, and I'm not sure what you're on about, but okay, buddy. Just kind of nodding along with about that level of comfort, like, yep, that's what'll happen.
If you wish to ask, you may.
I ask if I want to know, but yeah, fuck it. What are you gonna do?
He who murdered my father, the one who gave the order, the one who murdered him himself, will be butchered like a dog, for he did a dog's work. The man who gave the order will receive of our people the royal execution. This is for those who want to earn the chance to enter Great Father Wolf's halls again. It is called the Blood Eagle. Should he scream during this procedure, then he is shown to be weak and is not fit to enter Great Father Wolf's hall. But if he remains silent and vigilant, then he has earned his redemption and his honor.
So, she leans into the table finally, kind of setting her arms on it, propping her elbows. So, what happens if you're ready to give a fella something like that? And he's got some kind of self-righteous bug up his ass and thinks he's already fit to go.
What do you mean?
I mean, does it lessen it at all if he thinks he's already bound for the halls?
That is where theaters will come in.
Oh. Like the eyebrows kind of pop like, oh.
And Great
All right
Father
then.
Wolf himself will watch in judgment.
Oh. Well, all right
I
then.
am prepared to sacrifice my limb to make sure it is due. Could he say the same?
All right then. Just like confirm that. Okay. You are approximately this committed. Got it.
Which Grace learns Eric is a complete fucking fanatic.
Oh, that happened today.
As I said, I could claim my vengeance and butcher him. But I am not him, and I am not those men. This is the honorable way of my people.
The hands just kind of come up like, you know what? This is your Kool-Aid. This is not my flavor of This is grape Kool-Aid.
I would
Like,
just need to make. I will. As long as I have the pack with me to stand beside me, that is all that matters to me.
I say that last bit again.
As long as I have a pack to stand beside me, that is all that matters to me.
Oh, we're a little shrinky dink right now, but you'll have it.
Just nods. Then I shall stand beside you.
Just a little tweak of a smile. I suppose in all fairness, 2 points of clarity. I'll hold up the 2 fingers. And, in a really oddball gesture, kind of picks up one of her feet, like, up in the air, pointing at her ankle. Let me grab the little doodad real fast. You have a point of reference. She is pointing at this little guy. She has one on each ankle.
What are they?
Told me they were called airfoot anklets. They means I'm never gonna get tired running. Never. And I don't sleep much, so you can imagine I can get a long way. Makes me harder to track too. Keeps the well, when it's on, and they're on, keeps my feet light. Not as much wear and tear on the body, not as much track left behind. A lot harder to follow, a lot easier to sneak around. And
He just nods.
And for 2, she finally like plunks the foot down and squares up to the table, pulls her chair up all proper like, and takes a moment like plunking the elbows back down again and kind of thinking, obviously fussing over how to go about it. And since of all things, she does still have the necklace on at least. The clover's probably in one of her other pockets. So she plucks up the necklace and starts kind of fiddling with it. I've got I keep out company. Kind of looks over with a little like, eh?
Gives an eyebrow raise, like, huh?
Oh, I told you about how growing up there was a lot of us. We didn't have a lot. So, grew up dirt poor. I'm used to it, you know? It's nice here, having a place to sleep, having food, having all that, and knowing it's there. But I haven't always had all that. And I've got friends who live a life real like that. And I did enough sharing over time. Because what little you got, you might as well share around. The others would need it. And, seem to have taken to me pretty well. And, they're not Guru. They're not people either.
Hmm.
They're, kind of scrunches the nose and glances over. They're rats.
Just gives her the deepest frown. I see.
I can't say we're, by all accounts, the best of friends. Some days we, get along real well, and some days they are tired of my shit, but figured a little bit of fair warning would go a long way. That's why when we're, out, she kind of like gestures vaguely towards, Amsterdam proper. Usually when I get something, I'll leave a little bit for the rats.
I see.
They're,
Just gives a nod.
very resourceful. Gotten me out of some rough
Rats,
spots.
rats are resourceful animals.
Nod. They don't show up often. But I had a thought that perhaps when they did, saw fit to again, might be better that you know about them.
Just gives a sage nod. Yes, it will probably be for the better.
A little awkward nod. It's not something I plan to advertise widely.
Just nods, like gives him more relief. Like, okay, that's good. Yep, it's great.
The little.
Good,
They're
good.
both doing the awkward nod, like, yep, yeah, that's Ooh, that's a thing. But this is obviously the confession of I'd really love it if you wouldn't stab them all. That'd be great. Like it's pretty clear where this is coming from. So yeah, full disclosure and all.
Yes. Just gives a nod, like, mm-hmm.
You got anything else quirky I should know about? Kind of like there's a hopeful little look like, please tell me I'm not the weirdest one in this relationship.
No, I am. No.
Oh, the little sad face, like, oh, I am the weird one. The acceptance. Well, all right. Kind of awkwardly ruffles her hair a little bit.
Just looks at her. Do not feel awkward for surviving. I have given you no judgment.
You know, it's kind of stupid because if you think about it, all this shit talk, because they don't do things right here. And if you think about it with the friends I'm keeping, I wasn't doing things right either.
There's a difference between keeping them at a distance and healthily surviving and basking in ignorance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've got a solid point. But yeah. That's the deal. That's the idea. Finally glances over. So, once you get him, then what?
I might get a wife.
She kind of grins. Oh! Oh, is that all?
Why not?
She heaves a shrug. I don't see why not.
Just nods. Or perhaps I might. Who knows what rank I will even be.
I'd say who cares, but everyone does.
That will depend on a few things, but eventually I would. Well, who knows? Perhaps even I could settle down in another substance. Just smirks. But I know where my destination lies, eventually.
Oh?
A battlefield.
Well, that's just downright heartwarming.
But I would like to start a family before that battlefield comes.
Have yourself a proper swarm of kids, huh?
Why not?
Grinning.
And what about you?
Dunno. Been thinking so much about just getting the rest of my family here. Knowing they're looked after. I mean, I know they're not exactly on hard times back where they are now, but want them close.
Just gives a nod.
And after that, she kind of helplessly shrugs. I don't know. Maybe I'll have like 500,000 nieces and nephews running around. They'll be plundering till the end of my days. Kind of grins, finally leaning back. Making sure everyone's got enough.
I take it your adventuring days will not be done then.
I suppose not.
Well, then it looks like we'll both be going to a battlefield.
We really aren't the type to die of old age surrounded by loved ones, are we?
No. We are. There's an old saying among my people. We are born to die, but live to be remembered.
You know, that's almost hopeful. I could like that. Oh, besides, you'll need me around going back on those battlefields time and again. Am I lucky? A sage nod. Keep you alive. I mean, sure, it'll be
Or
by the
try to,
hair of
at
your
least.
teeth, but.
It will take a lot more than a few fanciful claws and maneuvers to kill me.
No.
Just gives a nod, like it is the natural born confidence of I'm a motherfucking get a Fenner's son. You know what I mean? It is all that in just one head nod.
She's finally kind of got the easy little grin going again because, I mean, who doesn't love a bit of good old fashioned just.
Macho, you know what I mean?
Yep. No good. You know, I think we could make this a fair trade off. You keep me alive, I'll keep you alive. Sounds pretty good. A little.
You haven't seen us in me in battle yet.
I'll get money. You'll get a small army of children enough to have your own football team. Win win.
Like I said, you haven't seen me when it comes to the battlefield yet. I have a distinct feeling you'll be getting as hopped up as I will be.
The smile splits broader. Oh, yeah, if it's a worthwhile battlefield, yeah.
Every battlefield is worthwhile. You know, stairs in a ruin. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, but you can't do the same amount of prep for getting jumped in an alley as you can do preparing to actually go onto a proper field.
Stairs in a ruin.
Let me tell you, getting jumped in an alley is a bitch.
Stairs in a ruin.
Oh, come on.
Stairs and you just keep staring at a ruin at you. You get the impression if Eric was jumped in the alleyway, it'll be like you. You know what I mean?
You know. Nope. 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 I'm just gonna let you be you. You just keep staring. Finally rubs her
Funny
face.
fool wishes to ambush me in an alleyway while they are in for a surprise. For I am always ready for that. And if they do try and kill me, and if they manage to succeed, they will lose far more than their dignity.
Oh, I don't doubt you. Not for a second.
As I said, wait till you see it.
Well, you don't carry yourself like someone who's full of shit. I expect a proper show, you know. Firm nod.
They say ones who are meant to lead us and give us inspiration when it comes to war. That is a lie to tell, make them feel better about themselves.
All right, I'm gonna have to get you to say it again because you kind of clipped, and I feel like I missed something important.
They say Galliards are the ones that are meant to inspire us. That is a lie when it comes to warfare. It is a lie they tell themselves to make themselves feel better.
She kind of has a bit of a quirk going on one side of the smile. Is that so?
Of course. They were not born in fire and fury.
Your Galliards and mine must be very different then.
There is a difference between being born and bred into a battlefield.
Thoughtful little frown for a second, then a shrug. Suppose so.
There is no supposing. Ask your runes.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not different. Thought I'd be a poor Fianna indeed if I didn't back up a Galliard. Kind of
No,
just
but
playfully grinning.
a Galar cannot do what I can do.
Nah? No, they inspire with their voice. You inspire kind of gestures up and down with yourself.
Yes, but you also will hear my voice.
No, I don't doubt it.
How are you? Have you been sleeping alright?
Kind of blinks a few times at the sudden change of subject. Has a little bit of whiplash. Uh, yeah, as much as I sleep. Kind of, there's a little shrug to go along with it.
This is an odd.
Slept a real long time that first night. And again, I just didn't want to get out of the bed. I mean, by the time I did, I was buzzing, but I haven't slept like that since. Or before, really. Kind of idly, you know, rubs the arm. Again, the mark is so tiny that it's not like it stands out like a fucking neon sign. You just kind of know it's there. Yeah, not since. Just don't sleep. I'll pop in for naps. Tends to be enough.
Good.
It blinks over.
Well, I was concerned.
Concerned. A bit of a smile. Leans in. What you concerned
Stares at
for?
hers. You were not sleeping.
Oh, like I told you. It's alright. I just don't. Not really. Get to nap every day. That seems to be all I need.
And he just nods like, yep, okay, that's cool. Yep, yes, yes.
That was sweet of you, by the way.
What?
Looks over. It was sweet. What you did before.
It was.
Oh, yeah. When growing up, like I said, a lot of us, we shared beds. Always shared the beds. I'm used to it.
Just gives a nod like, okay.
So, yeah, it was sweet. It's funny, it made it feel more at home.
I am glad you felt comfortable.
It's a bit of a nod. Glance over. But she's being very sincere, actually. A lot of the kind of quirky little behavior is and the mischief has fallen off a bit. The question of the day is, how remarkably uncomfortable is Eric right now?
It's not uncomfortable. It's just like, okay, I am. This is. I hope I'm saying the right thing without upsetting you.
So awkward.
Yeah, it's more awkward than uncomfortable.
I reach over and give his shoulder like the kind of playful little like nudge of a shove. Ain't gotta be awkward about it. Just saying thanks.
It gives a nod. Yes. Well, I
Not used to people saying thanks, are you?
no.
It's a right shame. Gonna have to get used to it sooner or later.
I'm getting used to it.
I'll be saying it a lot. I like having access to a fridge. Grinning.
It gives another like, oh, okay, nod.
It's like, I like knowing there is food. I still need a Thayer, Jim.
We do. As much as I am content with your company, we will need a third.
Anyone else suitable leaving on here that isn't in a pack already?
There was that Shadow Lord girl.
Oh, she was feisty. I liked her.
She is tiny.
Is that important to the picking process?
I like tiny, angry, tiny women.
Oh, is that why you like me so much?
Yes.
Hey! Like, thumps him on the shoulder.
You thump the big muscular shoulder. He just stares at you.
I mean, it exactly proves his point.
Yeah.
Not that angry.
You're raising your voice.
I am not. Like, you see the little stiff thing? It's like, I'm not getting mad. You're getting. Ugh.
Like I said, I like angry tiny women.
Why?
They are amusing
What?
and endearing.
She just kind of looks at him like, what? Huh? But. Ooh.
What?
What? Specifically tiny angry women.
Yes.
And squints.
What? What do you have issue with?
I don't know. I'm working on it. Give me a minute. It's like being surrounded by a swarm of piranha? Grins.
Shrug. I do not mind.
Well, I suppose it's not like you can't take it.
Like I said, it is endearing. Besides, I know how to take care of the tiny woman. Pats her on the head.
What? Hey! What? What do you mean take care? What do you mean take care? Bats in the hand, like. What
He just starts chuckling.
do you mean take care of?
He just starts chuckling. The big rumbly chuckle.
What? What's so? Oh, what's so funny, Eric?
Nothing.
What's so funny? Like, starting to like clamber on like towards his side of her chair, like leaning over. What's so funny?
Stands up very calmly. Nothing.
No, nothing. Nothing's funny. You're chuckling a lot for nothing that's funny. Finally, like, clambers out of the chair. She's going to chase. She might even climb on him at this rate. Like,
It is amusing to see you flustered.
it's because I'm downright fucking endearing.
I suppose.
Why are you? Oh God, why are you so tall? Like, it's doing the thing. Is like trying to jump up and catch his shoulders. Like, hoist herself up on his back just to be obnoxious.
Stares at her.
She's mostly just kind of dangling once she gets up, like, gets a decent hold on the shoulders, and then comes the hilarious struggle because she's very spry, but not that strong. So it's just kind of like, oh shit, you're so tall.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Stop it.
Pestering.
Stop that.
Pestered me first.
Gently sets her down.
It like reach back and swats her off.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Good, lands with a doomp.
Like I said, pats the head again. Tiny
Hey!
woman. Besides, I will marry a tiny woman one day. He's walking with this like, ha ha, glorious.
Oh.
Looks over her shoulder. What?
That's what you meant.
What?
Nothing.
Well, I might marry a tall woman. As long as they're angry.
What? Really?
What's wrong with an angry woman?
I mean, most people don't opt for angry women out of the many options of women.
I am an Arun. I am literally the embodiment of anger.
You know, most people say opposites attract.
No. For someone who is calm, would not be able to deal with me when I
Not?
just gives a nod. Yes. Not in the way that they would understand. Someone who knows anger, be able to understand it. And I will not feel like I have to change who I am. And not feel guilty for who I am.
There's a little bit of a head bobble and a, weighing it out, kind of nodding, like, okay.
And they are fiery, which means the sex will be all the better. As he's turning to walk towards his room.
There's the nose scrunch is like, oh.
For I will be angry and she will be angry. Yes.
You know, I'm just gonna leave that alone and pray for the walls of any room you're in ever. Jesus.
Just gives a smirk on the rub of the beard. It's the beard. As he closes the door.
The fucking beard. I hope she pulls his beard in. Flops on the couch.
They do.
What?
You should see it. It's through the door.
What? Oh my. Oh my god. That's an image I didn't need, but it's there now. You did this to me! Throws a pillow at his door. Like one of the little couch pillows.
It's like in there, but
yes. And so there, we'll close this scene. So thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. God bless you for watching these idiots get used to each other. We'll see you next time. Nightfall in Amsterdam.